Hi, I'm host Eric. Welcome to Talking with Famous People. INFPs, this video is for you. We are here to discuss you, your nature, your ways, your special needs, and special powers. First of all, let's point out this. You make meaning about people. You glean data from people with your SI and remember it. How did Bob make you feel last time? Did he make you feel bad? You remember it. How did Bob make you feel last time? Did he make you feel good? You remember it. And you're building a database of feeling-based experiences over time that relate you to another human being. Here's the thing that makes it complicated. You are additionally relating those same feelings to the meanings you make with your extroverted intuition. So let's say you are a woman who has a boyfriend whose name is Tom, and you're both 30 years old. Well, you've been with Tom now for a couple of years. You have built a set of Toms you like and a set of Toms you don't like. And you've attempted to convey to him that the Toms you don't like are the ones that make you feel bad. And the Toms you do like are the ones that make you feel good. And it's pretty straightforward. Tom, you need to not say mean things. If you're an INFP, it's very important that Tom be careful with his words. Because while you keep your memory banks full of instances when Tom made you feel bad and instances when Tom made you feel good, the instances when Tom made you feel bad have more weight and are remembered more easily and are more likely to concern you than are the good feelings, the good Toms, likely to reassure you. Why? Well, because your hidden agenda is SI. That means you are fundamentally looking to figure out who you are and make yourself manifest yourself, be a self that moves through a lifetime's worth of experiences into a singular realized whole or a composite realized whole. Now, as an INFP, you probably better identify with the notion of a splintered self, in which each self is represented by bundles of attributes and notions about yourself. In contrast, as opposed to something with the ENTP favors, which is the single self, a series of events in time that one moves through. As somebody who views a splintered self, you consider the emotions that you approach the world with towards things, your valuings of others and your valuings of events and valuings of whatever it is you value, as being persistent. Even when you're not in the presence of Tom, you have feelings about him. And you know where they are and you can access them, and they will persist throughout your day and until you see him again. It matters that you care about this person, and when you think about them, you feel the caring again. That is not something that happens with me. Even somebody who makes me feel very strongly in their presence as I'm sitting there experiencing the FI reality of liking another person for who they are and enjoying them in and of themselves and having that warm feeling in your chest, I'm not able to get that about anybody that I'm not interacting with directly. I certainly can't do it from memory. I can't produce it by speculating. But as an INFP, you have that level of flexibility with your introverted feelings. That means you can remember the feeling and you can project out an anticipated feeling. The risk of that is with your NE, you can project out lots of anticipated feelings and you can project out an idealized vision of how things would be, how Tom would be if he were perfect and he made you feel good all the time. But that can't be the standard against which anyone gets compared ultimately, because if you expect somebody to make you feel good all the time, then you're going to be disappointed. Additionally, as INFPs, one of the best things that INFPs can do if they are interested in self-development, and it's a very simple thing to do, is to get accustomed to the idea of the mixed bag. Now, if anybody's the INFP scoffs, of course I'm accustomed to the mixed bag. It's all I ever have. That's true. But what I'm saying is to the extent that it's possible, understand that perfection is the perfect mixed bag. That is to say, the best of the alternatives. That we don't get to choose between realities that offer us everything we want. And I think if there's one critique against INFPs in general that is probably most valid, it's that they have unfair expectations of others, unreasonably large expectations of others sometimes, and can feel as though somebody letting them down in their expectations of who the other person should be is justification for being angry at the first person. Well, that could be a tricky one as well. But
So
at the
how
end of the
large
day,
should women be?
we're going to wrap this video. Or I'm going to stop talking open for comments, questions, concerns in a second, but I want to wrap it up by saying this. INFP, remember that TE in the fourth slot. You've got a complicated set of metrics to deal with going in. You know how you feel about it. You project out how you might feel a whole bunch and how you'd like to feel a whole bunch. You remember possible things that suggest risk because SI is that risk prevention thing. So you're really dragged into a do deficit instead of you're dragged into a be and speculate place and not in doing stuff. But that four slot TE may be the savior for you. And I think you're seeking it, but you're also capable in it. Just like I'm capable in SI, INFP is capable in TE, and a little goes a long way. So utilize that TE to put yourself in positions that require you to make choices, because to the extent that you preserve the capacity for deliberation, you only maximize the SE handicap, which is necessary. Everybody's handicapped in their seventh slot, just like I am in FI. However, INFP, if you can do that, if you can make that transformation from weaker at TE to slightly stronger TE, can make a massive impact, and you can find yourself being able to be more who you are, how you want to be, when and with whom. Open the floor. Anybody have any comments, questions, concerns, complaints, or queries about the INFP personality type in this video? Why is SI about identity? Well, anyone else want to field that one, or you want me to answer it? The question was, why is SI about identity?
It's all yours.
Okay. The reason is because introverted sensing is the concrete epistemology. It's the way that we know things in a concrete way. So if I want to know an SI truth, I'm going to be referencing an event that occurred, something that has some sort of factual thing. It's referencing something that is either directly linked to the physical world or, directly linked to it. So I remember when June told me this is something that's SI. I know the truth, and it turns out that June told you that, is NI. So, the point being, if you're an NI person, it's irrelevant that June told you that. That event isn't worth remembering, really. But the truth that you gleaned from that event is worth remembering. And that's how you deal with your epistemology, is that you see things in terms of their metaphysical status rather than in terms of their place on a timeline. SI is about timeline. And so for SI then, it's about identity, because what else are you going to keep on a timeline? Everything that you encounter in the world, everything that you are and see and do and think and everything is your identity moving through time. So when you keep shit on a timeline, we tend to think of timelines as being about history or something because of school. But what you're really doing is you're saying, okay, well, first I did this, then I did that. This is who I used to be. This is who I'm becoming. This is where I'm going. You're projecting outwards in terms of plans, though. If it's NE, if it's possibilities, that's not SI. If it's, okay, this has been decided, this is a concrete plan, I'm going to put it on my schedule now, and I'm going to have to be there at this time, and blah, 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 that's SI. So it's about keeping track of your identity as a set of happenings tied to somebody named Luna. Other questions? See if there was anything else in the chat.
About the INFP?
Yeah, about INFP or about this video?
I don't.
No? Okay. Well, thank you for watching. I hope that. Oh, what does TE look like in an INFP? Okay, TE in an INFP is going to. Well, it's. I think what TE does is here's an example of TE. Let's say that an INFP is has has been forced. It's an INFP and it's a kid. She's a 10-year-old, and for some reason her parents have forced her to they forced her to Sophie's Choice her dogs. Okay, I'm sorry, sweetie. We've decided 2 dogs are too many. You choose which one dies. We're taking it to the pound tomorrow. And the INFP is forced to pick one of the dogs to go to the pound. Now, the INFP is going to do what she's forced to do, and then she's not going to think to herself, well, that's it. That dog's dead. It's at the pound. And nothing I can do about it. I lost this battle. I tried to fight it. A TI person would say, but that's not fair. And would also say, but why should we unilaterally, it would parse the shit out. A TE person would be like, that's just sad. Because this is why TE pairs with FI. They wouldn't think, okay, well, it's mutually contradictory to think that I could both choose the dog to go to this pound and see it go to the pound and then still think I'm going to go hang out with it. But then they just walk over to the pound and then they just go in there and then they start hanging out with the dog and then they look sad at the pound person.